Good Tavach Shavua Tov. Good week to one and all. New week, new life. Although we continue our life from what we grew from last week, and now we grow from this week. But there's still something to grow from last week. So we will learn a Maimer Hasidic discourse said by the Rebbe in 1977, Toshin Lamed Ches, from Parshas Lech Lecha, the Torah portion that we just read yesterday. And so based on the famous words that Abraham was spoken to by God for the first time, 75 years old, he tells him, Lech Lecha, Yemer Hashem el Avram, and Hashem, God spoke to Abraham, to Abraham. And what did he say? Lech Lecha, go for yourself. Where should you go? From Mi'artzecha, from your land, your country, from your place of upbringing, from your father's home, to the land that I will show you. Right. So we're going to learn this in a metaphorical way and see how it applies to our lives today, even though it was said to Abraham in the year year 2023. Wow. You hear that? Was it right on that? Yeah. Or year 20. No, 21. Not during COVID. Year 2021 since creation, which is over 3,000 years ago. Over 3,700 years ago. But yet it applies to us today. Let's understand. So the Alter Rebbe, actually, the author of the Tanya, explains this, that this Lech Lecha, go, travel, journey, is a journey that goes in two directions. From above to below, and from below to above. Above to below, well, because it's speaking about Avram. Avram, as he's called at this point, Avram, that he is of great intelligence, called Seichel Hanela Mikol Rayan, an intelligence that's beyond. Thank you. Well, an intelligence that is a hidden intelligence that's beyond. And that's starting from above. Starting with one's personal intelligence and his level of intelligence. Recall that he is, the one who came to recognize God in a time that everybody was pagan. So the sort of intelligence that he had to be able to individually on his own come to recognize God is supreme. And then he has to journey with that. He has to journey and bring that down, right? From top up, top down is the first direction that we speak about, that Rebbe speaks about. To bring it down till the land that I will show you. So what does that mean metaphorically? That Avram, remember, Avram is the one who's going to now draw it down to the land that I will show you, which refers to Malchus. Malchus is the last of the 10 divine attributes. It's the last of the 10 powers of the soul. So to bring it down all the way to land, land is the lowest thing that there is, right? We step on the land, right? Our feet are on the land. Our head is above it. So from head down to the lowest point is the idea over here. In other words, to reveal that which you know, which is an intelligence beyond a regular intelligence, and to reveal it, that intelligence, which is in the end revealing you, the greatness of your intelligence, to reveal that in the world. Now, this reflects the idea of how life begins. Life begins with a soul that is rooted in the essence of God, and it comes down into a body. It comes down into a body that has its limitations, not only its limitations, but things that detract from the soul. And yet at the same time, what it's doing is revealing within the soul something greater than what the soul was on its own. The soul on its own is one with God, is yichida, is uniquely bound up in a oneness with God. And yet, and in that manner, what more could you accomplish? What is there greater than that? Well, and you come down into this world to reveal your intelligence of a God. Godliness is not ego. To reveal your intelligence, just, that the one is smarter than another, right? That would be ego. But to reveal your divine intelligence and to thereby help others with recognizing the divine in themselves, that's a mission, God's mission. That's the mission of the soul that comes out into this world. Greater. So then, and that's greater than the soul, the way it is bound up with God. Right? That's greater, even though it was originally bound up with God. So we're not coming to the same place. We're actually bringing an aliyah, an exaltedness to the soul through the journey, right? Top-down journey is what we're talking about over here. To to reveal in ourselves the true greatness of who we are. And this is reflected, as the Baal Shem Tov says, this Lech Lecha comes after the Parsha of Noah. So Noah, God says, go into the Teva, go into the ark, which the Baal Shem Tov explains means go into the word of God, because the word Teva means word. It means also ark. A word is a container of an idea, as the ark is a container, right? So God says, go into the word. Baal Shem Tov explains, go into the word of prayer, the word of Torah. And that's what saves you from the flood. We all have a flood in our lives that threatens to destroy us, to cut us down. And we have something that can save us. And that's why the ark also is 3 floors. This is all metaphorically we're talking about now, right? Physically, it was 3 floors for a reason, but metaphorically, it's because the bottom floor represents the 3 lower levels of the soul: Naran, Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama. The second floor is Chaya, and the top floor is Yechida, is the essence, the core essence of the soul. So in other words, through our prayer, through our Torah study that we're doing right now, we come into the ark, come into the Word of God, where now not only we're as the soul came down into a body, right? The soul up there had no challenges. Soul comes into a body and has to deal with the material world, right? That's the idea of the deeper understanding of what it means, the flood of Noah, the flood of a material world that threatens to consume us, to drown us. But if you come into the Word of God, of prayer and the study of Torah, then that saves you. And it doesn't just save you, but it keeps you afloat, right? As in the ark. Mm-hmm. 1 second. Right. Keeps you afloat. Okay. But now there's something added in our parsha. That was Noah. That was before Avram. That keeps you afloat. You're not going to drown. But it's not enough not to drown. We have to come to an ascent that's even greater. So that's through not Noah. That will be through the fact that we go that's when you reveal your divine intelligence and you bring it down and reveal it into the world. Huh? That's Abraham. Noah didn't do that, right? Noah was saved, but he didn't ascend to a greater place, right? Abraham, and now you can see the continuum of the Torah portion, right? From Noah to Abraham, that he now takes that in divine intelligence and brings it down to the lowest level to reveal it in this world. And by revealing it in this world, it makes a greater ascent to the soul than it was originally. That's one direction. Then there's a second direction. And that's more the simple understanding of the narrative. Right here, the first one we said top down, starting with Avram and his divine intelligence that is so beyond, but he has to reveal it, and revealing it in this world, right? That ultimately inspires others. The second one is more the simple meaning. Well, God said, Lech lecha, go. Where's he going from? His father's home. Well, who was his father? His father, Terach, was an idolater. So it's a different direction. It's down up. It's down up. And how do you go? With your feet, right? How do you journey? With your feet. I mean, today people might say you journey in a car, you journey on a plane. Your feet need to take you there, right? Your feet need to take you there. Excuse me. Baruch atah Adonai melech haolam, shehakol niyeh b'dvarai.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. L'chaim, everybody. So we journey with our feet, and with our feet, right? The lowest part of our feet is our heel. And the heel, when you call a person a heel, why do you call them a heel? Because they're insensitive. They don't feel like the heel, right? Calluses on your heel. I just went to my foot doctor. He helped me with some calluses. Doctor, you said you're coming to shul. Waiting for you. Dr. Mark. So, which again shows on the idea of down, up. You're starting from the lowest dimension. What's the lowest dimension? Then is action. You take action with your feet, right? You move, you journey. So this is a different direction, though. The first one was starting with the Avram's intelligence, and that intelligence needs to be revealed on the lowest level, on the earth, on the earthiness, on the on the journey that you gotta deal with a soul and a body over here, and reveal that divine intelligence. The second way to journey is heel up, meaning action first, not with your intelligence. Just do it. Or as we say, just Jew it, the Jewish way, meaning just do the mitzvah, do the act of the mitzvah. And then that will lead you to journey and to go higher and higher. And that's a simple meaning that God is saying to him, leave the place of idolatry and come to the land that I will show you, which is the Holy Land. Again, that journey down up, but just starts with one act, one action, one good action that is towards the land that God shows us, to the holiness that we reach up towards through that action. Wow. And the Rebbe explains here, really what we need to do is bring these two ideas together as one, even though one is they're so different. Start with your intelligence and reveal that divine intelligence in the lowest common, denominator of this world, in this world. And the other one is just do an act of the mitzvah, of the command of God, that whatever that command is, study Torah. Now we're going to go pray, put on tefillin for the men, for Jewish men over 13 and over. Give charity, right? Just do an act that is the God's command, and that begins the journey to go from the heel up, from the legs up, from the action. Then you bring that into your heart, you bring that into your mind, a different way. And the key over here is what the Rebbe is saying is you could do both at the same time, even though one is really so different than the other. But ultimately, they're not mutually exclusive. They're inclusive, because they're both divine ways to serve God. And that's what it means, lech lecha. That's what it means to go, to journey, up, down, up. And we need keep both things in mind in our divine journey, in fulfilling what God created us for, to serve Him in these both dimensions. Chaim.
Carry the message.
L'chaim.
Carry the message, L'chaim.
Means lech lecha, to go, or lecha, to go in yourself.
To go into yourself, or for yourself.
Michael.
So they're both meanings. Go into yourself might mean, into yourself, into the depths of yourself. Start with your understanding of divine, and then bring it into your heart, and then bring it into action, and then go for yourself and just go. Not into yourself, but for yourself. So for yourself, the first going is literally your feet go, meaning take action. Take action in doing a mitzvah, and you do both things. Yep, thank you. All right, folks, we'll see you by Chumash and Rashi shortly.